The second part of studying the empire is to trace the achievements of the great leaders that contributed to its expansions. Who are the powerful sultans that expanded the empire and protect its reign through the centuries? Who are the powerful sultans that spurred dramatic expansion for the empire? Mehmed II. Who is he? The conqueror of Constantinople. Mehmed II was Murad's son, and he caused a dramatic effect in the Ottoman history. When Mehmed II took over the ancient city of Constantinople in 1451, it had a population of 1 million. His Turkish forces began firing on the walls with cannons across a waterway, that is between Bosporus Strait, which is also a waterway that is in Turkey, and Sea of Marmara, which kept the Turkish fleet out of the city's harbour. Mehmed II's forces started to attack Constantinople from another side. They tried to drag 70 ships over a hill from the Bosporus Strait to the harbour, which took over 7 weeks, but they finally broke the wall and his Turkish forces entered Constantinople. He managed to open Constantinople to new citizens of many religions and backgrounds, and now it is called Istanbul. The second powerful sultan is Mehmed's grandson, Selim the Grim, who was very serious or gloomy before came to power in 1512. He was called Selim the Grim because he had murdered as many of his male relatives as he could, so he would have no competition for the throne. He was an effective sultan and a great general. Selim's empire seized control of Mecca and Medina at the same time. He also seized Cairo, the intellectual capital of the Muslim world, was his last stronghold. The once great civilization of Egypt had become just another province, a region of the earth or of a continent, a district or country, in the growing Ottoman Empire. Now we are going to learn about the greatest of all, the magnificent and the lawgiver. Suleiman I, who ruled for 46 years since 1520, and who was the son of Selim the Grim. He was known as Suleiman the Magnificent in the West, which was a tribute to his cultural achievements. The empire reaches its limits in his era, especially in all the fields. He was a great military leader and the most powerful monarch in the world because he was conquering countries very fast, from his first years of ruling. He waged wars with Central Europeans, North Africans, and Central Asians. Charles V was the only one who could rival his power. Suleiman was called the lawgiver because he created a law code that handled criminal and civil actions. He limited taxes and reduced government bureaucracy, reduced bribes, did not allow imprisonment without a trial, and rejected promotions that were not based on merit. He also introduced the idea of a balanced budget for governments. He introduced the system called devshirme. Under the devshirme system, the Sultan's army drafted boys from the people of the conquered Christian territories, and the army educated them, introduced them to Islam, and trained them as soldiers. The elite soldiers from this system were known as janissaries, who used to be favored by the Sultan. Christian families sometimes bribed officials to take their children as janissaries because they had a chance to rise to high government posts or military positions. Suleiman had a wide range of interests that helped the empire advance culturally and educationally. Suleiman studied mathematics, architecture, history, geography, astronomy, and poetry, and he encouraged the people to do so. Despite studying architecture, he hired Sinan to construct the Suleiman Mosque. This mosque is a massive compound with half domes and full domes on top. It had a hospital, a library, a bath, and 4 schools. Suleiman's reign was referred to as a creative era since literature and art both flourished during that time. All of the effort put in by the people was utilized to convey Ottoman concepts in a Turkish manner. Suleiman was considered the last powerful sultan in the Ottoman Empire.